There's another thing that I found that would help me out with either queen injects, and that's changing up some of the controls, which would allow me to make the inject without actually clicking on the hive. So the first thing I did, I went to my hotkeys and unit management, and there under choose ability or AI target, I choose the V key, which is the key that prepares to inject larva, as a secondary key for choose ability or AI target. So use the current mouse target for issuing a command. So now I don't really need to press and I get it done. I'll see how this is gonna work out soon enough. Now I'm heading here to expand. I rally points so that my troops could go where they have to quickly. And the third hurt, I'm sure about that. The AI becomes very aggressive, and so they start to attack me reasonably quickly, and so I'll try to focus on the troops early on, quickly. But before that, I do definitely need a lot of resources. Now, did I forgot the spawning pool? Without it, not so much could be done actually. Currently I'm just gonna mostly build workers, because that's exactly what we need, and the queens. And then I'm going quickly for the roach warren. And after that things should ease out a little bit, because then I'll be able to defend. At least I still need the resources, so I'm not throwing the units to the gas geysers just yet. Finally I can get the queens. I need 150 resources for that, to build one queen. And after that we can further focus more workers. The thing about Zerg units is that they, and that isn't a good deal at all. So now I'm not even clicking on, oh no! So he went out against me here, and so things are not gonna be that good for me after all. As I suspected, they will try to attack me quickly, and so that just wipes me out, right? Well, maybe I'm gonna do the same thing for them, but just later. I'm sure, I'm confident that I'll be able to fend this attack off, and it's fine, but that definitely hurt my economy and my ability to produce. However, my two fields are almost completely saturated, and that should fix things up. Currently it's time to further expand myself. The third base. I definitely do not have enough troops to fend off, but I'm sure I will in a moment. I'm definitely getting enough gas. Currently, I can go for the Roach Warren and continue my injects. Yeah, so things are not looking that bad. We can focus more and more on building up. I'm going even for the fourth base. Probably I shouldn't do that just yet, but it's definitely gone. I'm sure about that. Yeah. And the only which should come up soon. I'm not sure if it should be called counterattack, but it's definitely an attack. Okay. This field is being worked on. I have 4 of these. I still need to build myself a hive if I want to expand even further. And that's it at all for now, besides building a bunch of these roaches. Okay. It makes things just a little bit easier now that I can make the injects a little bit quicker, because it's a pain, you know. You have to think a little bit too much about it. Okay, we have a third queen now. And it does take maybe 5 seconds to go through a few hatcheries. So it's not that bad as it may. I'm building the rest of my needed overlords. And I currently can focus a little bit more on the bigger picture of things. So that means infestation pit, hydralisk, then so on and so forth. Yep, it looks like we're being attacked now. Out of the way, and guess what? They are retreating. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go after them. It's like they're retreating pretty badly. I have no idea why they would do such a thing. Which they obviously did. Alright, these workers are doing a great job here. It looks to me like everything sure. We could try to push forward. We have all the resources we would need, and even more roaches now. Let's see if they have any more expansions out there. Fast travel options to travel really quickly. I have a massive roach force, which I think gives me an advantage if they don't have many air units. So let's see, what do they have here? and they don't have much. Let's take out the hive. Now we have a much better position for here to attack their soldiers on the ramp. Obviously they are not attacking me with their full force either. It looks like it's working out just fine for us. And in the meantime, I'm just of them all over the place. So we pretty much hold shift so that the inject could stack and do them. In this way, it should work out like a charm. In the situations like is the key. Without the hive, they wouldn't do much. Our upgrades are 2-1, so that's not bad. On third base, but the mineral fields are very well defended. 2 of these spawn crawlers are a good defense against most of the stuff we would otherwise be throwing. And that's it. I'll do another match. I won't change anything. I'm gonna play the same game. Try to focus more on roaches than on any other unit. And we'll try to beat them. And this time I should probably get myself some static defense here before I actually invest resources. Attack me once again and destroy some of my units, such as my workers or buildings, such as a hive, like they previously did. Few rally points are needed so that all the troops would go to the positions that the enemy is most likely going to use. And so far things look just fine. The only problem we're having is we definitely don't have enough larvae to spend all of our money on. We'll have to send a few troops down. So that this would give us some more space. And the third hive. Now this is where after the third hive finishes, I'll need some static defense so that I could avoid their early aggression. That is definitely damaging, very damaging. I'll wait for the queens. After that we should have just enough Finally. Okay. Just building more workers will do. And static defense now. Spine crawlers. Oh no, they're coming. Oh no, that's just a scouting unit. That's awesome. That was exactly what we needed. Okay. It looks like things are not that bad after all. Buildings for our upgrades. This will reduce our production capacity significantly. But it all is definitely gonna work out in the end. As you can see, I was building up the units for quite some time now. We need at least 4 of these geysers, just from what I learned, to have just enough to go around, because the gas accumulates really slowly, and without the gas things are very grim. Obviously we won't be able to build any units if we won't have enough gas. Now it looks like everything is under control, and we're building a lair. The next thing we can do is maybe build ourselves a baleen nest. I haven't built any balings whatsoever actually in this game, none at all. And now it's time to get all the hatcheries hotkeyed, and I have to order roaches, but it looks like I needed a lot of supply. I do not expect the attack. Simply I'm naive to not expect the attack. So I'm just going to build a lot of overlords instead. And after that I'll build all those roaches, because without them we just wouldn't be able to defend ourselves. Alright. It looks like it's time for us to maybe even expand. Nobody attacked us, so that's just a little bit suspicious actually, because they normally would have been attacking us. I'm building more roaches then. And now with all these roaches right there, we can be confident that we have all the necessary defenders to build ourselves another hive. Alright. I'm gonna build many bailings, and I'll hope that this is going to be our road to victory. Oh no, we encountered them. It's fine. They have retreated. I'm building the banelings. Now with this force, I suspect that we have a chance to inflict tremendous damage. So let's see, allows Bailings to openings where it's standing, damaging nearby enemy units and structures. Okay. It looks like I'll just have to get the Bailings keyed up in a different group. And obviously the injects. Now, oh, look at that, the Bailings, they're gonna do the trick. I have to get their army in front so that I could attack them. Well, similarly to this, I think now and guess what, on this ramp I suspect that we have the advantage. Yeah, because they're going down with a very few units and we're not. Yeah, let's go in. This is a really awesome approach. Now I use units that I normally don't use and I really enjoy it. I'm even building more workers, even when I know that I actually won this. Okay. This definitely needs a queen. Instead I'm gonna build a bunch of zerglings. And so before they're going to engage this base, look at that, they're retreating from here all the way out. Look at that, it doesn't specifically target units, it just targets the area. These links should try to wipe out any of the remaining bases. Cooldown 7. Launches a missile at the target location, dealing 60 damage to all units in the area upon impact. Alright. They don't look like they have anything that would help them avoid destruction. Let's see if that affects our own units as much as it affects theirs. And it seems that it does.